the hybrid networking and workshop. We have to wait for the all right, perfect. Let's make sure everyone is on. Good evening, everyone. I'm PG Victoriano. I'm going to be the host for tonight's event. Again, our discussion for today is about LinkedIn. So the topic of tonight's networking event is LinkedInology. That's a mouthful. LinkedInology, a panel discussion on how to harness the power of LinkedIn. Again, I'm PG Victoriano. I'm the secretary of the board of directors of the chamber. I welcome everyone. Thank you everyone for coming online. Hopefully the people online can also see everyone in person. We are all at our Sherman Oaks office. Can we give them all a wave? Everyone in the office? Perfect, there you are. This is the first time that we're actually holding an in-person meeting here at our office. So we're very excited that we're back. I think the world is opening up a little bit, so we're very excited. Of course, we have to do it hybrid because there's still a lot of people that cannot join us in person, and so we're very excited. Thank you so much, Nico Palon, our VP of Events, for setting all this technology with the help of Celeste, of course, and Louis. All right, so let's end the inputs, of course. Let me try to see if I can move the clicker here. All right. Before we move on to the meat of our topic, let me thank our event sponsors for tonight, SP Realty and Chase for Business, also Onyx Collection, Auto Collection, and our logo sponsors, of course, My Own Eva and LG Collins Law Group. So thank you to all of our sponsors. So before we start off our program, we always start off with a group photo because we forget this. We do it at the end. So we do a separate one in person, of course, right? Yeah, so the in person will be after. We'll do the Zoom group photo first. So who's our Zoom manager, Celeste?
Yes.
So Celeste will give you a prompt, everyone on Zoom, for our group photo. Flash her your biggest smiles, please.
Can you do it? Because I can't come this.
You can actually turn on your video.
So
Everyone turn
we
on your
request
videos.
everybody to turn on their videos, put on your biggest smile, like as if you're here with us in person. And everybody here in person, come on, smile. Be careful with the food though, on your teeth. Okay, let me stop sharing. There you go. I see really nice smiles, especially from Clement. Hi, Clement.
Ready? Count down.
On three, 1, 2, 3, smile. Do we need another page?
Yes, on the other page.
Okay, one more for the next page. Okay, on 3.
Wait a minute.
so,
Yeah. Wait now. I'm so sorry. There's a delay.
so shout out to the entire My Own Eva team. Look at them. I have one full screen of them.
All right. Let's all smile.
All right,
1, 2,
Andre.
3. All right. I think we got it. Thank you.
Got it? Okay.
Perfect. We go back to sharing our screen.
Oops, sorry.
All right. All right. We're going to do our Pledge of Allegiance first. Can we request everyone to please stand? We'll have David Baines do the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, David.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, let me call on Jenna Bergstrom for our opening prayer and reflection. Opening reflection. Make each day your masterpiece. Okay, our mission is
Right.
to promote, cultivate, connect, and empower the Filipino American community and its allies for business development in Greater Los Angeles. And our vision is to be the leading catalyst for the prosperity of businesses that share the values of the Filipino American community. Our core values are excellence, innovation, entrepreneurial spirit, diversity, community outreach, integrity, sustainability, education, accessibility, and collaboration.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kathy Curran, one of our board members. And now, let's hear from our amazing president, Ms. Lois Claiborne.
Thank you to our secretary, Ms. Fiji Victoriano. I think I owe her a dinner. So, no,
No, it's not. Spotlight. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So President's briefing, I am so proud. I'm like, why am I like so tired? This way, and this is what I was putting together. I was like, this is why I feel so tired. If the month is not even done. So we're so very proud. FACC GLA during May is the AAPI Heritage Month, and we're very active with many activities. We have visibility in person. So we attended the May 3rd AAPI LA Day. So we're one of the organizations here in LA that was invited. So myself and our former president, Ms. Annie Nicolasen, was also here. We attended that event together with other organizations. We also attended the 66 Golden Street. So we had a booth there. It was fun. We also co-organized the First Valley Asian Cultural Festival. So this is like years and years in the making in partnership with the West Valley Chamber of Commerce, and it finally happened. We're also in partnership with Asian Real Estate Association. And after that, on the same day, we attended the historic Filipino town, Eastern Gateway Lighting. So after 20 years, we were able to have this installed. Thank you to Commissioner Emeritus Jessica Colosa, Mayor Eric Rossetti, Council Member Mitchell Farrell, who made this happen. And we have amazing visibility in news and media. Thank you to our partners. First of all, it's the San Fernando Valley Business Journal featured FACC GLA members. So sometimes we get asked, like, what is our membership benefits? And this is one of them. So San Fernando Valley Business Journal is one of the widest circulation in the valley, and they featured Esco Chucks. I think they're joining us tonight, and also Tiny Java. So if you don't know, Tiny Java is a gelato place, and they were chosen because they are all about giving back to the community at the same time, running their business. We were also we're going to, another membership benefit is, if you're doing a lot of contributions to our chamber, you get to be nominated in the UCC Small Business Awards featured member for the chamber. So we're happy to say that ESCO checks are the first runner-up for our Entrepreneur of the Year, was chosen to be the Small Business Awards featured member. And because we're so active, the LA County Business Development spotlighted us, FACC, of all of the other organizations that's very big and organized. We're one of them. So y'all should be very proud. Good job. Okay, we're talking here in person. So hope you all are clapping virtually. Okay, next page. And our empowerment programs are on the roll. So this month, we started offering scholarships on Google certificates on Coursera. So if you want to be certified, FACC GLA was approved by Google. So you can sign up. We have 30 scholarships for you all. So we are very excited and proud of that. I think our Vice President Celeste started doing it.
Yes.
And also our Secretary Fiji started doing it. So if you're interested, please let us know. We also are very proud to start an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding with PACE, which is the Pacific Asian Consortium. So this is an organization that's been around for 46 years. And thank you to our board member, Reggie Babasa, who arranged a meeting with Carrie Doi, who is the CEO of PACE. And they provide mentorship, training for a lot of, not just Asians, but also Black and Latino. They're very well known in the community. And then last but not least, we value our young entrepreneurs. And this Friday, we have the Young Entrepreneurship Contest. So this is a pitch contest for kids. So they will have, this is in partnership with Chase, Goodwill, Southern California. And in previous months, if you missed it, FACC GLA was also invited in one of the very, very few organizations that was invited to attend the White House Initiative on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islanders, Region 9 Southwest Regional Network. So this is really for us to give us a voice. To give us a voice, the problem or the issue that we're experiencing as Asians is because if you look at the income level, Asians are on top together with the whites. But if you segregate that, that's not real data. And because when that happens, Asians, like in the lower bracket, that's even lower than, the Blacks and Latinos, unfortunately right now, it's in the lower tier of classification. We don't get the benefits from government. So the push really is to disaggregate this data. So for those who need it, we'll get the benefit. So we're very happy and proud of that. We also shared some grants to you all. So the Restaurant Care Resilience Fund, that's a 3,000 grant. And FACC GLA is now part of BizFed. We joined BizFed and there is a pulse poll. So what is the pulse poll? So this is really telling, getting the pulse from our business owners, our members, what is important for you all so that our lawmakers can hear what is important for us and we can make that advocacy and change. And if you guys don't know, this is something ongoing. The UCC Government Affairs meeting every third Monday of the month. So this is around lunchtime, and everyone is welcome to join. So you can hear the legislators, updates on our community. Other chambers are also present. So make sure you catch that, and it is free. And I'd like to introduce, I'm very proud to have the 2022 executive officers. We have myself as your president, Ms. Celeste Mandarin, VP for Marketing and Membership Services. David Baines, Vice President for Membership Acquisition and Ambassadorship, Nico Palon, Vice President for Events, T.G. Victoriano, our Secretary and Director for Programs, and Henry Chen, our Treasurer. And our board members, it takes a village. So cheers to Ms. Esty Bayani, who's here, Gemma Bergstrom, who's also present, Joseph Sarmiento. We're talking in person. It's kind of weird, right? I'm like, Joseph Sarmiento, Kathy Curran is here, Lioness Ebe is on the virtual world, Randy Babasa, Roslyn Arshaga, Vivian Lim. I can't see if you guys join, but these are our hardworking board members. So thank you for your service. So back to you, Kiki.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. President. So I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our speaker for tonight, who is none other than our president, Lois Claver. She is a vice president and commercial banker at JP Morgan Chase, providing commercial banking solutions like credit and financing, treasury and payment services, international banking, and real estate services for companies with annual revenues of $20 million to $100 million. So this is big time. In addition to her 23-year banking career, Lois devotes her time to serving and volunteering in her community. She is the current president, of course, of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, Greater Los Angeles. Prior to her current role at the Chamber, Lois held leadership positions and was a catalyst to its growth and success as the VP of Events and the VP of Membership. So she basically knows everything on how to run the Chamber. So that's great. She's also one of the founding board members for the Coalition of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, also known as COFI, which started in 2018. Without further ado, I think we'd like to hear a lot more about how Lois uses her LinkedIn. Please give a round of applause to our speaker for tonight, Ms. Lois Claver. All right.
Okay, are you all can hear me in the virtual world? Thumbs up. Oh, I think we can see it on the other side. Okay. I may not be able to see some interactions, but I trust that you all are paying attention. So good evening again, everyone on Zoom, on Facebook, in person. Hello. So I am very, very excited to share, my experience on LinkedIn. This has been one of the requests for a long time. And finally, we're like, we got to do this. It's a little bit of breathing room. So this is, here you go. So let's share screen on, I don't think it,
Your screen.
okay. Oh. So I guess I will share screen. Okay, there you are. Can you guys see my screen? I think you guys can. Wonderful. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna minimize this. So, can we, I have to move music. We have good music here, courtesy of DJ Nico. So this is hybrid. Okay, good evening again, everyone. So real quickly, what is this workshop all about and what is this workshop is not? So, we have to manage some expectations here. So first of all,
Yes.
This is not sponsored, endorsed, or hosted by LinkedIn. I'm not a LinkedIn employee, so I'm not, I don't know a lot of the answers in terms of technical stuff. This is user experience focused. I'm going to share an experience as a user. And then sharing back best practices from different industry applications. And I will be sharing real time my profile so you all can drive with me. So if you are on LinkedIn and you have a browser in front of you, okay.
So,
So for
sorry.
the in-person, just look at the TV.
Yes, please.
Yeah, in person.
Okay. At least for now. So just a quick poll, who has a LinkedIn account? Can we play, raise a hand in person? Almost everyone here in person have a LinkedIn account. I cannot see the people on virtually. How many people are? Okay, I'll just track you guys have LinkedIn, okay? Okay, so how many years have you been on it? Just like a quick shout out. 5?
3.
1, 3, 10. Okay, we have varying experiences. Very good. And then how often do you post? Every day? Once a week?
Lately, every day.
Once in a while. Good. We have varying experiences. So now we want to ask the question, why LinkedIn? We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have all of this. And it's LinkedIn. Okay, so why LinkedIn? Because it's for businesses and professionals. So if you are a business owner, you are a professional, you absolutely have to be on LinkedIn. Initially, we were on LinkedIn because we were thinking it's only for a job search. It has changed so much since then. So get to know me. Why am I here in front of you? Why am I talking? So maybe I'd like to share some of my experience on LinkedIn. So I started with LinkedIn in 2009, so that is 13 years ago. And I have been active since 2016, which is 6 years ago. The reason why I really got involved in LinkedIn because I changed roles. I used to be a credit analyst, meaning I'm on the background. I do financial analysis and all that. I did not have customer-facing role in my job, but when that changed in 2016, I said I need to be visible. And my manager at that time was telling me, Lois, is this social media thing working for you? I said, it should. And I believed in it before other people did. So that's why I have years ahead of this. And, it takes time for this thing to, keep track. So currently I have 1,500 so I have 1,500 followers on LinkedIn and also 1,500 connections. Sometimes this is different for some reason. If you're really a popular, like a creator or influencer, you'll have more followers than connections. It's just natural. You don't really want to connect with someone who's like a stranger, so following is the way to go. I post daily or every other day. And I interact several times a day, whether it's liking, commenting, or sending a message. I do that several times a day, as if I was on Facebook. I feel like you all are on Facebook interacting. I like that on LinkedIn. So I also created my personal brand on LinkedIn. So what do I want to be known for? And that's how people will connect with you. I also got my job on LinkedIn. So in 2016, as I mentioned, I changed my job. I was my former bank at that time, and then I was really aggressive in sharing on LinkedIn. So I was adding people that I know, my colleagues, other people from other banks, and this market manager reached out to me in 2016. I said, I'm not ready yet, so I'm just starting on my role. But then 2018 happened, and I said, I'm ready to move. So I messaged him on LinkedIn, and I said, I'm ready to talk. So this is, for job recruitment, and within 30 days, I was hired. So at that time, job for professionals, this is very effective because you can connect directly for those people who will really hire you. On the professional side, that's how it worked for me. And once I got into connecting with people, I connected with the business people I need when I'm doing the networking. It's like, that's why we like Facebook. You can see the face, kind of we forget, we meet so many people. So that's how LinkedIn worked for me. I can remember the people I need and I tell them, hey, I met you at this event. And I also connect with prospects because, in my job, I connect with business clients and my clients, so our prospects who I want to do business with. So I connect with them and just, not be stalkerish, but, more it's like, I like what you do, your product or something, what you do in the community, something like that. And also my colleagues, because you're building your brand, you want to get to know, like if you want to lift yourself up in your organization, if your business has like where I work in this bank, we're huge. So because of this, people get to see what I do in the community. And I had one viral post that went crazy. It's 26,000 impressions. So LinkedIn does not do views the way or reach the way we use Facebook. They use the word impressions. So when you hear me here, say the word impressions, that is the views. Okay, so like a quick poll here. Tell me about your brand. Just shout what do you stand for as an individual? Like, what do you like? I'm gonna start and then you guys can follow. My brand is Chamber of Commerce. That's one of my brands. What's your brand?
My brand is I'm a marketer, online marketer.
Celeste is online marketer. Music professional for Annie. Mortgage professional for Kathy. Something like that. That's your brand. But it could be more than that. That's the first thing that people think. So this is my personal brand. Of course, I'm in banking. People would think of me, Lois, banking. You want to be top of mind. I'm in business, top of mind. I do real estate. I do loans, credit. I advocate for women. I advocate for Filipino Americans, AAPI, Chamber of Commerce, San Fernando Valley, leadership, networking, community volunteerism, DEI, is diversity, equity, and inclusion, and sustainability. These are, I would say, my brand. So these are the things that I post. So I curate my posts based on this. So let's explore LinkedIn together. So if you guys can see this one on the left side, this is real time, my profile on LinkedIn. So I'm just going to use this on a guide. So if you look here, so my photo, you need to have, I should highly recommend you should have a professional headshot taken. That is recent, not 20 years ago, because, I've seen photos, there's like 20 years ago, it's different. It's like, Match.com, when people meet, just like, nope, this is old. So we want to make sure, get a photographer. I think we have a photographer in attendance tonight, so make sure you reach out to a photographer and schedule your headshot. And then look at this banner up here. So this banner, it could be a video, it could be something that creates your brand. Remember, you're creating an image, a social image for you. So this, the one on top, is my bank's main office. So I just put that, for reference. Could be anything else. And your headline. So I put here my new role, which is a commercial banker, vice president at JP Morgan Chase. So it could be anything. It could be solving problems for entrepreneurs. Like, I think I saw Celeste, like marketing ninja or something. It could be catchy. You can be playful in LinkedIn. That's something you can be allowed. And you're open to, if you click this, it could be finding a new job, or you hiring. So if you're an employer, you can put all of these services here open to. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit here. And then analytics. So analytics, you can actually see how many people are looking at your profile. Unlike Facebook, when someone checks you out, you don't see who looked at your profile. With LinkedIn, when you look at other people's profile or someone looks at your profile, you know who's looking at you and who you're looking at. So please be careful, but that can be changed. You can change that on your setting. If you don't change that, like for me, I didn't change mine. I want people to know I'm intentionally looking at them so they look back at me, and then we connect with, like, your top of mind, or like, why are you connecting? So it gives that curiosity. And then how many post impressions, this is the views again, that's, and then how many times that you have shown up in your search appearances, which is good if you're looking for a job or in your business, like how many times you pop up in the searches. And I'm gonna scroll down and talk about. So about is like your quick bio. I did this just because sometimes people ask me, oh, Lois, can you get a quick bio? And I just tell them, just grab my photo on LinkedIn, just grab my quick bio on LinkedIn, and it's right there. Boom. It's easy. It could be a little bit about your business, your professional. You can add something about your awards. And if you have to make sure that your company allows this. So sometimes they have to say your views and opinions are my own. So you have to follow the social media guidelines of your organization. And you can see the activity. Let me see, I have 1,500 followers. And I posted today that I got a new job. And that has already 60 comments. That's how fast LinkedIn works. And I'm going to show you something is interesting, like how many impressions in just one day. The first day is very critical because that will dictate how wide your impressions is going to be. And then experience, so this is my banking experience at my current job, my previous job. You can, if you actually have like different things that you've done in your career, just put the ones that is important. So before I did home loans at one point, and people were reaching out to me in home loans. I'm like, I don't want to do home loans. I'm like, that's behind me. So you can curate this based on what you're looking for. You can remove experience or a part of your career that that's behind you, or you're not focusing on. And then your school, you can put that on there. Your volunteering activities, people can connect with you if they know you're volunteering at certain organizations. And then you want to boast a little bit on your skills, you can put that on there. And then any honors, awards, languages that you speak, if you speak several languages, other interests. So this interest is interesting because you can follow certain people and it feeds you. Remember that personal brand I mentioned earlier? So you have to follow the people that gives you your personal brand. So like, why do I follow Damon John? Because he's in business. He provides leadership, entrepreneurship. So once it gets in your feed, it's easy for you to share. And I also follow companies, other banks, other financial institutions. And then I also follow groups because I do commercial real estate, like Filipino Women Network, something like that. And your schools, especially if you're younger, or like most Filipinos, they move to different countries, and this is a way to connect with your alumni association. And you also have this other profile, which is featured if you have any licenses, certifications, LinkedIn courses, which I think we have LinkedIn courses. So one of our panel speakers, Jason, will talk, can tell a little bit about the LinkedIn courses. So next is, so I'm going to go to home. So that is me, this one. And then we're going to go to home. With LinkedIn, you can
How do I do that?
okay, so you can start a post here. You can add a photo, video, event. You can write an article. So on the left side is my groups and my pages. So I manage 2 pages, which is the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce Greater LA and the Coalition. So if you belong in a group, you can put it here, you can see it here, any events that you have attended recently. Or any hashtags that you follow. And then let's go to my network. So this one on top, the second one. So you will see the invitation. So if someone sent you an invitation to connect, this is where you'll see it, your invitations. And then it will also give you some suggestions on the people you may know down here once it refreshes. And also your connections. The more you add people, it will give you suggestions who you might know based on your contact. And if you can see here, my connections is like 1,500. And then I have 3,000 contacts. So in the very, very beginning, I made I click something and I saved my email, my Hotmail, and pulled all of my contacts in LinkedIn. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So unless you want to do that, go ahead. If not, so that's why there's a difference here. And this is everything I belong to and I follow. All right, so next is messaging and notifications. So this on top is where you can message people. You can see some of my messages here. There you go. And the notifications. So this is the exciting part with notifications. So remember I said I posted today that I got a new job. Okay, so now 86 people reacted to my post. And I posted this 6 o'clock this morning. I wake up at 6 o'clock and I start posting. So it says here, I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position as commercial banker at JP Morgan Chase. Right now, plus 87 interactions, 61 comments. In one day, 2,800 impressions. The day is not done yet. It's not yet 24 hours. So if something significant in your life, your career, and your business happened, you have to share that on LinkedIn. That is an opportunity to connect because it just feeds it to the top. And also I'm just going to breeze through this, jobs, you can search for jobs here. There you go. So it's recommending based on my position. Remember I mentioned earlier to clean up your career history because this will feed you whatever you have in your background. And then the work is a little bit more detailed. We're not going to go through that, but I just wanted to show. And my favorite, learning. This LinkedIn learning is like micro learning, which I absolutely love. These are very short courses, and I've taken these courses on, leadership, time management, communication, stuff like that. And it's part of my LinkedIn premium profile. So like, we're busy and you can't, let's say, listen to a whole hour of podcast. You can just do like a minute or two of this micro learning and you can go back and at least you get something out of it. There you go. I'm going to share here my successful posts so you guys can have a feel of what it looks like. So I've only taken the ones that has 2,000 impressions and up. And for this is at least the past couple years. If I have a successful post, that's usually 1,000 and up. This is on a regular basis. So this one is recent. So this one is when I attended the Valley Economic Alliance Gala. This has 3,000 impressions. Another key when you post, you wanted to tag the organization because it feeds, it attracts that traffic and also people. So I tag, these people here, and then this has, this interactions. Another one is during a gala. This one has 5,000 impressions. So you can post like different photos. I tag the Filipino American Chamber. And then in the beginning of the year, so this is almost 3,000 impressions, my president's message. And this one, when I posted my beloved board and officers when we did our photo shoot. So this had 2,400 posts, 2,400 impressions. This, you can be fun on LinkedIn. Remember I said you can be fun on LinkedIn? So when we had our fun photo shoot with couple of our board members, Celeste and Attorney Lavinas, I posted this and I was like, I'm going to be daring a little bit. I don't know how people are going to react, but guess what? They liked it. But I posted this on a weekend. So you can post this kind of like fun, relaxed, more personal on the weekends and it attracts, activity. And this one is the New Year's message, 2,800. Another one with the Valley Economic Alliance. I tag many people as much as I can because it shows on their feed. And then once in a while, I would post something personal, but still business. So people can relate to you as a human being. So I don't post much about my husband, but this time I did. So people know I'm not out there posting, trying to find, connections that way. No, seriously, like sometimes people connect. I'm like, no, I am married, happily married. So this is the proof. This has 2,000 impressions. And then when I have this award, and another thing to show with LinkedIn, with Facebook, when you share a page post, it almost doesn't even read. Like it's very low. But with LinkedIn, that's not the case. Like this one, I shared a post from the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce Facebook. Guess what? We got like 2,500 impressions. So what works on Facebook doesn't mean it's the same on LinkedIn. You can share content. That's the goal. That's why I follow as many organizations that is your brand and that helps you feed content. Okay, so this one, when we were planning for the gala, also like announcing to people I'm working on something, and this got like 34,000 impressions. And this is one of my most successful views too. This is 10,000. So if you get any award, it's okay to brag. This is the place to brag. So I got the outstanding performer here. This has 10,000 impressions. Yeah. Here. and another award here, 3,600 views, when I got the a GLA, a PCC GLA award. And again, you gotta push different things. It has to be a variety because people get bored and then they tune you out if they know every day this person is going to post about this. When they post, I'm going to ignore it. So you have to kind of have some variety. At least for me, that's how it works. So this one is 4,000. So this is a fundraising with the LA Rams. And I took a photo with the LA Rams cheerleader. So it became kind of controversial. Like, why are you a businesswoman? Why are you posting with the cheerleaders? I'm like, why? This is women empowerment. You know, I can post with whoever I want. Like, they're not like doing anything nefarious. You know, this is a fundraiser. So I, you know, just stand on something you believe in, and it will attract people because I'm sure they're feeling something or they like something. So that's how it got this traction. And this is my most successful post on the right side. So this is when I posted something about another milestone when I became a US citizen. This was, 4 years ago. So I'm saying, I'm very thankful to have this opportunity to continue my banking career from the Philippines, from one of the largest banks in the Philippines to the biggest banks in the US. So, here I was sharing how proud I am of being an American, how proud I am that I am an immigrant, that I am a woman, and if you remember what's happening 4 years ago, there's a lot of political emotions. Like, to be proud to be an American can mean different things for different people. So that's why I think that contributed to this post. So this has 26,000 impressions. Unfortunately, after 3 years, LinkedIn removes the analytics. So I don't have the analytics here, but I posted it like before because like I tell people I got 26,000. So the key here is, like, remember the first day, the first week, it becomes viral. And it's not just my connections that was interacting, but my connections, which is the second connection, and connections, which is the third. So when that happens, it becomes viral. Like, everyone sees it on their page. Unlike Facebook, it just forces you with whatever, it's kind of like in your close friends or like preferred friends. So that's it. Okay. So how to get high engagement? Make it a habit, whether you want to do it every day, every 6 o'clock in the morning, 12, after work. Be intentional and mindful with your posts, likes, connections, and your follows because you're curating. You have to create a process of who you want to attract, what you're going to post, when and where. Have a variety of content and media. Uplift, inspire, educate, and reciprocate. Because the more you interact with other people, it creates that, snowball effect. Be authentic. Because people, we're social selling. So if you're not authentic in your post, people will smell that and will just like ignore your post. Lastly, do not sell. Any selling, do not sell, ironically. And then let's connect. So this is my LinkedIn public URL. And thank you so much. I'd like to hand it off to next.
Thank you, Lois. I hope everyone learned a little bit of tidbits from LinkedIn. We are very lucky actually today that we have an amazing panel that can discuss more about their personal experiences in their expertise in different industries with their use of LinkedIn. So let me introduce, I'm not sure if, let me wait a little bit for my tech person to be able to share our slides here.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
While she's looking for the slides, our next panelist, or our first panelist, I would say, is Ms. Christine Calderon Caruso. She is a high-level fund development and social media management professional. She has more than 17 years of experience working for the nonprofit sector. She conducts intensive research to identify potential donors and writes award-winning proposals for submission to foundations and other sources of funding. So she's very good at looking for funds, applying for funds, and getting funds. So it's just going to be very great to talk to her about her experience on LinkedIn. She's currently the Director of Development for St. Vincent Meals on Wheels. Who here has heard of St. Vincent Meals on Wheels? Nice. So there's a few hands up in person in the office. And please give a warm welcome to our first panelist. She is online right now. Let me see if I can see her. There she is. Miss Christine Calderon Caruso.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for this wonderful invitation to be part of this wonderful panel. So tonight we're talking about LinkedIn. So I work for St. Vincent Meals on Wheels, and it is so important for nonprofit organizations to be on LinkedIn because this is how we connect to other foundations, other like-minded organizations. So if you go to my personal LinkedIn, I'm actually connected to different nonprofits out there, as well as businesses that really, kind of resonates and the ones that really care about the elderly. So those are the types of people that I look for in my LinkedIn. And since I've worked in the nonprofit sector for a very long time, I want to make sure that the people that I connect with is like-minded. I mean, I know that there's like Lois was saying, there are times when I've had posts and I guess I give the impression that I'm single. So I get these, DMs like asking me for a date and I'm like, nope. So there are times when I do post, myself with my husband and what we're doing and when we're volunteering for a different type of organization. So one of my successful posts was actually the first time that I announced when I was, when I became the Director of Development. It actually came out in the Larchmont Chronicles newspaper. So like Lois had mentioned, this is where you brag all that stuff, right? So that's something that I definitely posted out there and, wanted to tell people how proud I am of to be in this role of Director of Development for St. Vincent Meals on Wheels. Because number one, St. Vincent Meals on Wheels is the largest Meals on Wheels, one of the largest Meals on Wheels across the United States. So they're very credible. Throughout the pandemic, when all the congregate meal places closed down, as well as smaller Meals on Wheels closed down, they kept their doors open to be able to not just provide meals for seniors across Los Angeles, but also hospitals had reached out to us and had said, can you please provide meals for folks who are recovering at home due to COVID? So, that's why I am so proud and very excited to be part of this they've been around for 45 years. So I'm very proud of the place that I work at. And I think that LinkedIn is the perfect place to really post about what St. Vincent Meals on Wheels does, because it connects businesses as well as other organizations to our mission. It's not just, we're not in competition with other organizations. It's nice to see how we work together. So sometimes my post is also about like how St. Vincent Meals on Wheels and the LA Food Regional Bank works together, how we both serve seniors. So it's nice to see that also on the post. So like I mentioned, why LinkedIn for this particular organization? It's because it does connect us to other businesses. And so we want them to know, and they can be part, like one thing that I've learned is that there are businesses out there that want to volunteer. And so they're always looking for a place to do that. And, we always offer like an opportunity for, like, for example, for banks. We've had banks that come in and have reached out to me through LinkedIn saying, hey, do you guys take volunteers? Because we would love to have a day of service. I want my team to experience what it's like, to prepare meals for seniors, as well as go out there and meet the seniors. So LinkedIn is a perfect place to do that. One tip that I do want to share that I've noticed has been very successful. And you know, it's like what Lois had mentioned, you know, really be sincere in what you post, because people can tell when you're phony, right? So you want to be sincere, you want things to come from the heart. And you know, you always want to make sure that you know, it's relevant to what you do. So, you know, I may post about other or reshare actually, like one of the organizations that I tend to reshare is Homeboy Industries, or, you know, or Union Rescue Mission, you know, they serve homelessness. So it's kind of like, you know, you kind of share the love. So make sure that when you're sharing your own posts, as well as resharing other people's posts, that, you know, it's always sincere and very intentional. So does anyone have any questions for me?
We can do the questions later on.
Oh, okay, got it.
Christine, if
Okay.
that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can move on to the next panel speakers and we can do a round of Q&A after.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
For some of the things that you have shared with us already. Yeah, I should have talked here in person. Fantastic. So our next panelist is actually with us here in person. His name is Jason Lucina. He was born in Los Angeles and raised in Carson, California, a graduate from the University of California, Irvine, where he earned his degree in environmental analysis and design with a minor in epidemiology and public health. He has spent his professional career in fundraising, fund development for 20 years. So another fundraiser. Fantastic. This is good in the nonprofit world. Jason has worked for the American Heart Association, the City of Hope, and the American Red Cross. Jason is also the founder of the SoCal Filipinos. I think a lot of you guys are part of this organization. They started as a Facebook group and now a nonprofit that has grown to 61,000 plus members. Fantastic. So he's not only great in LinkedIn, he's also great in Facebook, so he would be a great connection to have. So in his spare time, Jason serves on the board of SIPA, Search for Involved Filipino Americans, and has his site baking business called Brown Baked, where he brings traditional Filipino flavors and applies them to cookies, breads, cheesecakes, and more. Let's give it up for our friend, Mr. Jason Lucina.
Thank you for having me and talking about me. I actually have a problem of people hitting on me and getting. So I don't have that problem, but I do want to just talk a little bit about a feature that LinkedIn that's which I did in my professional career. And there's a link to that companies can subscribe to. It's called Sales Navigator. So what in the fundraising world, we have something called in the fundraising world, we have something called stewardship. So that's managing your current contacts, your current accounts, and making sure that they're happy. And LinkedIn's a great way to do that. So you create alerts, and you can follow them, as well as finding new business. And I know everybody can relate to that. So to stay in the business, you want to keep your customers and then find new ones. And with Sales Navigator, it keeps everything in one place. Any updates that they have, you could see it, and just like you said, make sure that you're interacting with those posts, especially with the contacts that you have that are connected to that company, because they'll see that you are actually watching them, which makes them feel like honored. It's like, oh yeah, I'm keeping in contact with, you know, keeping up to date with what they're doing. But another thing with Sales Navigator is looking for new business, especially companies that you're interested in. You could follow them. What it does is it tells you if they're looking at your company. So, which is great. So like I pulled up right now, I could see for the American Red Cross, there's a bunch of updates that I'm getting right now from Ernst & Young, Warner Brothers, but 80 employees are researching your company. You have 66,000 employees. I click on that, let's say view employees. These are the type of employees that are actually looking at your company, and then it'll give you the names and levels that they are, so that you know that if they're researching, is probably the prime time to go and reach out to them. Because if they're interested in your company, that means they want to work with you. Same thing with Amazon employees are researching your company, Verizon employees are researching your company. So I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm reaching out to Amazon, I'm reaching out to ACOM, I'm reaching out to Verizon. Because these are companies that I've been trying to get into, but if they're interested right now, this is letting me know that it's prime time for me to go in and talk to them. So really, new companies, research. Another thing about this also is with Sales Navigator, you could also message people that are that have their messages off, because some of them do have their messages off to outside. But what it does alert them to let them know that I'm reaching out to them because I'm from the Red Cross. This person wants to message you. So that's the one thing that's the workaround for some people that you didn't want to try to get in contact. You're able to message through Sales Navigator. And another thing what I love about LinkedIn is sometimes some of my donors ignore my emails. Sometimes they ignore my texts. But for some reason, they're active on LinkedIn. So when I message, I sent a friend or a donor from Wells Fargo, said, oh yeah, I've been meaning to get in contact with you. Let's schedule the meeting now. So I also use it as another tool for like for business. So when I need to schedule meetings, it's just another great way because even though they're working, sometimes they're just playing on LinkedIn, liking photos and posts. But and also I can't stress enough what everybody else has said. Promote yourself on LinkedIn. Every single award, any promotion, any event that you're at, just like as Lois has shown, it gets the most engagement. People want to celebrate you, so don't be shy.
All right, thank you, Jason. Short and sweet, fantastic. Okay, and next panelist for tonight, I think a lot of us know her because she is in the government world. One of our friends as well, Rachel Arizmendi, is a transformational and dynamic executive leader with a commitment to building healthy and sustainable communities. She just moved into her new role earlier this year as the Government Industry Advisor and Business Development Executive of Avenue Insights and Analytics. She is a council city member of the city of Sierra Madre. In February of 2020, she was actually appointed as Mayor Pro Tem of that city, and in December 2020 was appointed as Mayor and served for a year. She was also the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the Pacific Asian Consortium in Employment, PACE, for 6 years. She has done a lot for the community. Please help me welcome our panelist, Ms. Rachel Arizmendi.
Thank you, Fiji, for that introduction. Thank you, Lois, for inviting me. And I think I learned from your introduction to LinkedIn. So thank you. And it's a pleasure to be here. Honored to be amongst our other panelists. And 2 quick shout outs, just because I know Reddy is on the board. I worked with Reddy over at PACE, and I love seeing that the chamber has partnered with PACE. And secondly, I want to give a shout out to Clement Tagle. Where is he? I saw him earlier. He is the best sharer of posts on LinkedIn, and I want to thank you. So you all have to make sure that you're connected to him, because even the posts that nobody even looks at and addresses or maybe glimpses at, Clement is sharing it, and I just want to appreciate him and thank him for that.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome. I think there's so much that's been said today. I'm not sure how much more I can add to it. I will say, because my roles have changed and I wear many different hats, and I think Lois shared the same things. The way that I use LinkedIn changes depending on what hat I'm wearing and how to I feel, promote my brand. So whether it is celebrating accomplishment of others, I think is very important. For the city of Sierra Madre, as you've heard, I've been mayor twice in 2017 and 2020, but I've been on city council for 8 years. I love celebrating the work that we have done and in the city, and just talking about upcoming issues. I'm also very active in the Asian Pacific Islander community. I'm the board chair for API Equity Alliance, which used to be APCON, which was one of the co-founders for Stop AAPI Hate. And as you can imagine, the last 2 years, that work has been extremely important in raising the visibility and awareness of it, and where to, where you can report some of this hate, some of the violence against our AAPI community. Those are important ways to get messaging out and to communicate out, but it's also a way to, again, raise visibility into good work that we're doing or upcoming work or issues. And I think LinkedIn is the perfect venue and the platform for that. I think sometimes I do cross over as when I look at my Facebook posts or my Instagram posts or Twitter tweets. And sometimes there's a fine line, but sometimes I feel this relates to all of these platforms, and you'll see multiple posts and you'll see different types of engagements. I think Losa is also talking about the times that you are posting. I think that makes a difference too, but on different platforms. And I think it's funny that Jason was saying, oh, sometimes I say I'm just working, but I'm on LinkedIn. But I'll tell you that LinkedIn, I find, has much more engagements during the workday because people use it for professional use. A couple of tips, and I'm sorry, Fiji, I think I might be going off track, but I also questions. Okay, so quick couple of things. Important tips for those that are new to LinkedIn: engage with others' posts. I talked about Clement sharing. It's important to make insightful comments on other people's posts. That also generates not just impressions for that person, but also for you also and what pops up in your LinkedIn. And I'll also share that successful posts for me has been photos really do make a difference. I had a photo with the governor and I could have put nothing in terms of comment, but people like seeing the governor. We also did in the city of Sierra Madre a solar panel project that is offsetting close to 900,000 kilowatts for our water distribution. People love seeing successful projects and being able to that. And then the last successful post I'll share is last year we had a record number of Asian Pacific Islander women mayors in the city of California. That one in impressions was something like close to Lois's, not quite there, but something close to 20,000. And being able to celebrate with others, I think is a wonderful way to utilize LinkedIn. And because I think it really is a matter of us raising the boats of each other and making sure that we're recognizing and celebrating the people like here today in this community and our fellow colleagues.
So we'll get back to you with Q&A later on. Okay, I'm gonna get back to my all right, our last panelist for tonight is coming from the hospitality industry. Her name is Kit Gutierrez. She brings a diverse background in hotel strategic planning, catering, event planning, and contract negotiations. Notable is right now, currently, she's the sales manager for Great Wolf Lodge. She's also a business owner of the marketing team, and she's the director of public relations and social media for MPI Orange County. She must really know how to use LinkedIn and how to optimize this platform because she's also doing a lot of things. And among all of our panelists for tonight, she has the most LinkedIn followers with 5,000 LinkedIn followers. That's a lot. All right. There's a lot of applause around the room. So please help me welcome our last panelist for tonight, Ms. Kit Gutierrez.
Hello, everyone. It's really nice to hear everybody's comments and how we grow our LinkedIn. I've been with LinkedIn since 2007, and so far it has really been very successful for myself and also for the company as far as whichever I'm representing. For example, with LinkedIn, I would use it when I post something. It's not always about like the things that I would be doing. I would be posting something about food or something about, something about food, something about values, something about, there you go. Oops, it went back. Let me share my screen. Let's see.
Yeah.
So anyway, as far as growing your post, this is like a summary of like impressions that this is within the past 14 days. So it has increased by 201%. And you will see that because I think Lois showed that earlier with her profile. So at the very bottom of your LinkedIn profile, you will see there is specifically just for you as far as how many people have checked you out, what are their skills, what businesses there are. So you could take a look at that. It's on the very first part of your profile, and that's your content performance. So this is within the past 14 days. It has an increase of about 201.1%, and then engagement is 186% increase. So next slide, please. So as far as the profile is, followings, I have about 5,000. I think it's also because I've started it since 2007. So that's pretty much says it all. So the more that you cultivate and you take care of either Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok, the more that you post, the more impressions and the algorithm is going to increase. So as of for me, I have like 231 profile views, and this was within the past 14 days that I've pulled, and then 3,051 impressions within the past. Sorry, this is 7 days, and 71 searches. Next slide, please. So like this one, I had some issues with my health, so I posted something. So one of the things that you will notice if you are posting on LinkedIn, if you want to increase your following or if you want to increase impressions, you will notice based on your postings, it's either food or something of value, something of faith, something of hope, something that happened to you, your promotion. That's where you get a lot of reactions, postings. Next slide, please. So one of the things also that you're gonna, I'd like for you guys to learn about is when you are posting either in any social media, you've always heard, I don't know if you've heard about keywords. So keywords, this one is, it's called Answer the Public. So I just did a screenshot of what you can do. For example, if you're in nonprofit, you could click on there as a nonprofit. And then from there, let me see if I could really share it on live right now. Oops, it's disabled. It's okay. But anyway, check into that, because from there, if you are a nonprofit, you could click on nonprofit. And then from nonprofit, from there, you could also say, what are the topics? Or for me, I put in there an event planner because I'm in event planning. So what are the questions that you're going to put in as an event planner? Why is it important to get an event planner for nonprofit? So it gives you the lines that have a lot of algorithms already. So check that out. It's called answerthepublic.com. Next slide, please. Okay, so what to post? So when you want to revive a post, for example, an old post that you've had in the past, so what you can do is go to your profile, go through your post and think about the fun things or the ones that have a lot of impression, and you can just revive that post. How do you revive that post? Just reshare it and make sure you write something like, you know, what did I write? Sorry. Like something like, don't forget your hashtags, because as far as hashtags, which I'm going to go on to the next slide later on, when you put on your hashtags, that also increase your own algorithm. So for example, my name is Kit Gutierrez. So if you put in under Kit Gutierrez and you put in there, just search for me, my algorithm is really high. You will see my name right away, it comes up. I don't know if you guys have ever searched yourself, but you could also check it out. Like who's looking, how, who has the same name as you and all that. You will see it, and that also increases your algorithm. So you could create your own you can increase your own algorithm by creating a hashtag for yourself. Next slide, please. Okay, so when it comes to using hashtags, before anything else, make sure that that your account is public, because if it's public, at least people can see it. If you put it on private, then you're probably just posting it to a few of your friends. And what you want to do is create that algorithm so people will see you and find out about what you do, because this will definitely help you with your career, with your business, with your personal, especially if you're looking for a job or something. So how do you find that? When you go onto your Instagram, on Instagram, you can do as much as, I would say, 30 hashtags in one post. So what you do when you put all of these, it's kind of hot in here, I'm sorry. So when you do your hashtags and you want to put it on a picture, what you can do is on your actual posting, the picture, you could color your hashtags into the color of the background. So if it's darker, you could make it dark as far as the fonts, and make it as small as you can and drag it on the very side of the picture. Therefore, it doesn't look like you're actually just pushing for advertising and you're just like selling. Of course, we want to say that we're not selling. The best, if every one of us here are salespeople, if you sell without selling, it's the best way to get the revenue for yourself. Because I could talk about, nobody wants to hear about myself. But if you talk about other people, you share about other people's successes, that is where you get a lot of people interested in you, because they could learn something from you. And then also on LinkedIn and Facebook, what your engagement, your brand content. So for example, if you're a nonprofit, check out what is going on in the news on the nonprofit. So it's not just what you do. So for example, you find something on KTLA or something about a nonprofit that they are doing, or an interview that interests you, that picks your organization. So what you do is highlight that on the web, repost it, and make sure you think KTLA. So what that means is the algorithm and the following of KTLA will also start to see you. So that's one thing. And as far as hashtags can be placed on the first comment or hide it at the bottom of your post. As I was saying, you can do that. And when you hide it, you could also on your notes or also from your phone. What you can do is, for example, create a different kinds of hashtags. So if you're a nonprofit, click on hashtag nonprofit, and then it would come out a lot. If it is anything that is about 1 million and you use that hashtag, your post is just going to be buried together with the rest of the millions. So find a hashtag for your business, yourself, or your brand as far as what doesn't have a lot. Where do you find that? On Instagram, you can just click on hashtags and you will see it there, like different kinds of hashtags according to your brand. So for me on hospitality, I would use hashtag event planner, hashtag Kit Gutierrez, hashtag meetings, hashtag meeting planners, hashtag Garden Grove, hashtag Anaheim. The reason why you want to do all of these, if you create all of those hashtags within your time, the reason why you want to do this when you create all of these hashtags, every time somebody posts anything about events, it would pull your post. What does that mean? So for example, for me, since I'm in, we're in the hotel industry, I would get leads for a wedding or a quinceañera or a gala or for a nonprofit through Facebook. I get that through Facebook and Instagram. But as far as business and meetings or conventions are concerned, I get that mostly from LinkedIn. So next slide, please. Oh, there you go. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you were able to learn something from me. And if there's anything that I can do for you, just let me know. My name is Kit, Great Wolf Lodge. Thank you.
Thank you, Kit. Now we have come to the Q&A portion. Here I go. All right. Let's see if we have a couple of questions that we can get from online. Just put it on the chat if you can, so we can see it. So while we're waiting for people to put questions on the chat, let me ask in person here if there's anyone who has a question. Annie?
Hi, my first song for today. No, just kidding. Yeah, thank you so much to the panelists today because it's very important information, and due to the proliferance of so many social media platforms, it is quite difficult to navigate at times. My question, I do have a question. My question is, if you're just starting, and sometimes it's intimidating, you're just starting in a new platform. How long do you think you should stick to it before you see any results? Jason is looking at me, so.
Well, I think if you're just starting out, making sure that you have all your friends, especially all your contacts, because that starts off your contact base, right? Everybody here in the chamber, everybody that you know from your contacts, because there's a way to import your contacts into LinkedIn, and you can connect with all of them. So that I think that could start off as a good base. And then as you start, and if you want to go through your term Rolodex, I don't know if anyone else has a Rolodex. You can start adding them and searching for them, and they'll usually will add you back. So you can see almost like an instantaneous, and it'll just grow over time. I mean, 5,000 is a lot. I'm not there yet. So I'm not sure how quickly get to 5,000.
Okay. Thank you, Jason. Can we ask if Kit can answer that as well?
I'm sorry. Oh, can I say something? Like, for example, for this meeting that we have right now.
Give me 1 second. We can't hear you yet.
Oh, you can't?
Just give us 1 second. We're working on the audio.
Oh, and I can hear this.
All right, go ahead, Kit.
Okay. So, for example, just for this platform itself, what you can do is perhaps Lois, after the meeting, send an email to everyone with everybody's names and their
LinkedIn.
who they're connected with through LinkedIn, and we could all just from here. I think we have how many? About 27 attendees. So if you're starting, you have an automatic 27 that you can add to your following. Also, there is when you go to events, there is an icon close to your profile. Let me see, on your phone. From your phone, you click on. I'm gonna just show a screenshot, like a slide deck, as far as where you could find it on your profile from your LinkedIn. Because on your phone, if you are, for example, in a meeting and you would like to exchange cards, you could just click on that icon from your phone, and it would ping the person that is next to you at that like in-person meeting. So automatically you can connect. So for example, if there's like 20 people in like a networking event that you attended, you just ping on that one and it would send an invite to all 20 that you're next to. Like the slide deck, like the slide deck that I did, I can just send you guys, I'll send it to Lois, and what you can do is just follow the step-by-step procedure.
That's great.
Kung ano yung sunod ng gagawin para forget it. I'm sorry.
Understand, Kit.
Ha?
We understand.
Gusto ko magsalita ng Tagalog eh. Anyway, yes, the step-by-step procedures are instructions on how to do it, because it's really fun. It's a lot easier to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so there's a question on the chat from Jennifer. In LinkedIn, I noticed that some profiles have a follow button and others say a connect button. Is there a difference? Christine, can you answer this, please? Because I know you started to answer it. Christine?
Is it me? Oh, I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
So in LinkedIn, Jennifer's asking, in LinkedIn, I noticed that some profiles have a follow button and others say a connect button. Is there a difference between follow and connect?
Is there a difference between follow and connect? You know, honestly, I am not sure, because what I do is I do connect with people, you know, so that we're, I mean, you know, when you're following, you're just following them. They're not following you back. But when you're connecting with people, it's like there's a connection. They become your followers as well, is from my understanding. But that's how I started off when I started my LinkedIn. That's what I started doing. I said, okay, what's my interest? And then, you know, I started just following people and then seeing who does common things. And then, you know, I started connecting with them.
All right, sounds good. I think you are correct, actually, because Lois had the same answer. Lois, very quickly, if you can add to that.
Okay.
Yes, sure. Usually what happens, like when you have the more popular people, they would push follow instead of connect, because they don't want you to be bogged down by a lot of connections. So they're really pushing for followers versus connections. But there's a way, if you see that follow, just click that dot and that connect will show up. So there's an option to actually connect.
Yeah.
And when you connect, make sure to send a message like, hey, you know, I saw you at an event, or like what you posted, because if you don't send any message, there's a likelihood that you will be ignored.
Yeah.
So make sure.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. So in the interest of time, what I would suggest is you can connect with all of these amazing panelists. You can ask your questions to them directly. This is going to be the practice link is, right? So just connect with them. You know their names. You can find them on LinkedIn. You can also share their links with you, so you can do that. Let me move on to the next slide. So I would like to thank all of our speakers for today: Miss Lois Flavor, Jason Lucina, Rachel Arizmendi, Tim Gutierrez, and Christine Caruso. Please give them all a hand. Thank you so much. It's been amazing having you with us. Thank you for all of the things that you've taught us about LinkedIn, and also all of the other social platforms that you quickly mentioned. We wouldn't be able to do this event without our sponsors, so we'd like to do a big thanks to our event sponsors for tonight: SP Realty, Onyx Auto Collection, Taste for Business as well. We have 3. SP, would you like to say a little bit about your company?
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for attending this event that we have, a hybrid. And of course, we're just learning right now, and I really thank our board for, expanding all these efforts of putting out there some content for our members and for all of you that are watching. So anyway, I'm SP from SP Realty, and I am an independent broker. And of course, I've been in the business for over 30 years, doing mortgage and real estate. Over the years, my journey brought me into promoting retire in style. That means retire in dignity, leveraging on your real estate, making it your best investment. So years ago, I was helping first-time home buyers, and of course, even now. But lately, I've been really promoting leveraging on your real estate equity, because for the last 10 years, we have been increasing equity, and most of the baby boomers are actually needing to use the equity of their home so that they can prepare for the golden years. So I do a lot of workshop on grants, team, how to downsize and upsize and reverse mortgage. So just like last week, I did a live stream with LA County assessor, Mr. Jeff Frank, and another lady that I work with, who is the CEO of Credit Repair. So I give content through live stream and through workshops, and also, of course, through our chamber. So thank you so much, and thank you for all this information tonight.
Up next is David Baines from Onyx Auto Collection. Very quickly, introduce your company.
Good evening, everybody. I want to thank everybody, all the panelists. Thank you so much for all this information. I've learned a lot today. I began my LinkedIn journey in 2015. Started as a volunteer for the West Valley Warner Center Chamber of Commerce. And I'm very, very happy to announce that as of today, I got a call from another organization that I am going to be the Vice President of Operations and Membership and be a part of their executive team. Today, I'm very, very happy to announce that. So I know Jason, I heard you want to reach with Verizon. You can talk to me after this meeting. I know the external affairs of Verizon. Okay. A little bit about me. I'm an auto broker and I'm proud part of this incredible Chamber of Commerce. So if you all are looking for a great chamber, this is the best Filipino American Chamber of Commerce in the San Fernando Valley, with over 200 members. So reach out to me for membership. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Virtual world, have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Lois?
Just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining. I won't say a lot, but I really appreciate everyone coming here, and I'm here to support.
Thank you so much to all our event sponsors. We also want to thank our local sponsors, myowneva.com, their executive virtual assistants, check them out, and LG Collins Law Group. Attorney Linus is online. Thank you so much. Now let's move on to the networker access. So the event sponsors have spoken. Maybe the logo sponsors, we can have 30 seconds to introduce yourself, your brand, or whatever it is you want to talk about. Let's start with Attorney Linus. Let's start with you.
Oh, all right. Good evening, everyone. I am so grateful to be able to join all of you this evening, however, virtually. I can't wait to see all of you in person very soon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Linus. I am an estate planning attorney with the Collins Law Group. And what that means is that we specialize in living trusts. Hope you've heard of those, especially if you're a homeowner, and power of attorneys, which becomes very critical in times of illness and incapacity. So welcome to the newbies. So glad to see fresh blood, and thanks again.
Thank you, Attorney Linus. My own Eva, it's your turn. Your 30 seconds start now. Are you there, my own Eva?
Hello, good evening. Jane Aquino here, my own Eva. Thank you for inviting me as one of the sponsors. Thank you to Lois. And for all your social media needs or anything about scaling your business in any social media platform, my own Eva can help you. I just posted on the chat my number, and myowneva.com. We can help you. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. Let's go to the virtual world now. Joseph Sarmiento, are you there? Your 30 seconds start now.
Is here?
I think he is. Jennifer, are you still online?
I am. Hello,
Alright.
everyone. Hi, hello, everyone. I enjoyed today's event. Thank you very much. My name is Jennifer Pagsalingen, and I am the Director of Sales and Business Development for Financial Rescue. What we do is we help people become debt-free. So we help our clients through debt settlement become debt-free. We have a great referral program. Anybody that refers clients to us, that we give them $100 for doing so. And once the clients enroll, I'd love to provide more information. I'll be on the networking list. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Mira, are you there? Yeah. Go ahead, Mira.
I don't think she's here.
All right, I don't think Mira is there. So now.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello? I am having a hard time with my connection. Can I be heard?
Who is this? Sorry.
This is Nuno. Hello, can you hear me? Yes.
Go ahead, Nuno.
Oh, hi. So, my name is Nuno Encarnacion. Let me turn my camera on. See, I'm really having a hard time with my connection, but I work with Jennifer actually also for Financial Rescue. I just recently joined the company, as a matter of fact. And so the purpose of me joining the meeting today was to see how we can best utilize LinkedIn to, maximize our business and our exposure in our community. So thank you for your time and your guidance. I learned a lot. And so I want to put it to good work and see how we can, increase our business. So thank you.
Thank you, Nuno.
Appreciate it. All right, I think we have some in-person networking. Are we going to do this, Lois? Okay. Let's do the first list.
Hold on.
Battery's running low.
All right.
Celeste, maybe you can talk.
Yes, so my name is Celeste, and I am the VP for Marketing and Membership Services, and to all the virtual world out there. It's good to see you, so let me turn this on. And I am also the CEO of Monroe's Business Solutions. We do provide virtual executive assistants so that they become your leverage so that you're able to focus on running your business and doing what you're really good at. So Monroe's BEA Solutions are the provider of solutions for all your business needs. So that's basically it for me. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Again, this is Annie Nepomuceno, your past president of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, otherwise known as the pandemic president. And last time, you wouldn't have seen us pass around the microphone during the pandemic. It's still a pandemic, but I'm okay. I'm really close to these people. I'd really like to acknowledge everyone. Good work to our new board for this new hybrid event, and everyone who's attending, please don't forget to join the chamber, where you can also benefit from the United Chambers of Commerce, where I am now serving as the vice chair. People ask why is a musician part of the Chamber of Commerce? Yeah, because I'm always trying to sell you a ticket, and we have big events coming at the end of the year, and businesses should be seen as well as nonprofits to be part of these community events. Thank you. And now I give you Vice President Miko Palon.
That's jingles. You like jingles.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Miko Palon. I am the VP for
Wave as an associate market launcher. I'm actually based in Seattle, but I'll be here a lot in LA. So nice to meet you all and connect with me. Okay, go ahead.
Next is Financi.
Make sure everyone kind of like.
Good evening. So actually, I was invited by Celeste to be part of the chamber. And actually, I'm here to also invite my daughter, who has actually a new business with One Heart Caregiver Services. Actually, I work with Tikon City. I have my own business also. It's GBMS, Global Business Marketing Solutions, which I'm just starting as well. So, see you around.
Thank you, Vinancio. All right, I'm Fiji. I'm the secretary of the board of directors of the chamber. I am also a freelance business consultant. So if you need any help with your business, let me know. You'll have my contacts on the chat later on. Thank you. Gemma?
Hi, my name is Gemma Bergstrom. I'm one of the board members. Hi, I'm Gemma Bergstrom. I'm one of the board members, and I've been with the board for over 20 years. And my company, I do a few things. So one of them is I do event planning, and also my one of my best friends and I are starting a company, and we are doing charcuterie and also tea parties. And one of my other companies is also True IQ Global, which is CBD alternative medicine.
Yes.
Next, Andre.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andre Woods, President of Woods Insurance Services. I've been in the insurance industry for 30 years, life and health and casualty agent. I work with individuals and families and small business, business insurance, to help you get your business on the right track. If you have any questions, let me know. Andre Woods.
Wonderful. Thanks. Rose?
Rose Lacsamana. I work for Gendeva Drive Delivery as a full-time lead complaints analyst. Aside from that, I manage my own business, which is the Touchstone Crystals. And that's it.
So, very quickly, I have some things to talk to you about SIPA, if I may know. That's okay with you? Yeah. And then Rachel, is still there in the panel? Rachel is not in. She's left, yeah. So, my hope, and always, of course, my sister, my hope is that someday we can identify more of our young people like you are, because I think it's time for us to identify you as our role models. I want to admit that we're all young ones in here. I spent my ONC, and you're all the OMBS. I'm mighty proud about the success you're having in here. Thank you all for your leadership. Thank you, Carson.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Kathy?
Hi, I'm Kathy Current. I also serve on the board of this great organization. I'm a mortgage broker with Ephesians Financial by profession, and I'm also a financial coach on purpose. So I help you get into debt and show you how to get out of debt. Thank you.
Oh, Adrian on virtual. Please introduce yourself.
You're muted,
Hello.
Adrian.
Hello. How are you guys doing? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, all right. So, my name is Adrian. I am a photographer. So I do mostly wedding photography, but I also do portrait headshots and real estate photography as well. But mostly it's more of event photography. So yeah, if you need to have your headshots done, you could reach out to me. Thank you.
Yeah, Adrian.
All right, fantastic. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Now we can move on to the games. Before we end this with our announcements of all of our events, let's do our games. So next slide, please. We have 2 raffle prizes, a gift card from David Bates from Onyx Auto Collection, and a $25 Amazon gift card from Attorney Lioness Ebay. So we're going to do 2 games, one in person and one online. So this question is for in person, since it's already here. So online, wait for later. First one to raise their hand. LinkedIn is available in 25 languages. A, false, B, true. Is that okay? Annie's okay. Okay, Annie. Is that correct, Nico? I thought it was in the comment.
It's in the comments. It's in the comments. Okay.
I can't see the comment. Can you see? True. It's true. Congratulations. He's gonna give you your gift card. All right. The next question is for online. First one, you can type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Just say A or B about how many companies are there on LinkedIn. A or B, 58 million companies, or B, 30 million companies. All right, Nico, can you please check who won on the chat? The answer is 58 million companies, letter A. So who got it right first? Oh gosh, you're fast.
Oh. Wait.
Wala pa, down. Ayan, meron pa ba? Is that the first one?
Emerson De La Torre.
Emerson De La Torre. Congratulations, Emerson. You get a $25 Amazon gift card, which will be sent to you via email, I believe. All right, thank you so much. Let's move on to the next slide, please. We're going to skip the other trivia questions. These are our backups. Go ahead, Celeste. Just one more. And one more. Oh, wow, mistakes. Go ahead. All right. Now we have Nico Palon, the Vice President for Events, to talk to you about our future and upcoming events. Here we go.
I got surprised when my phone was so big. Larger than mine. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for attending the event for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I'd like to share some more events that we have coming up. Next slide, please. So we had our Sunset Mixer that we're about to launch. This is actually going to be postponed for possibly next month. We are still preparing everything that that this event entails. This is going to be a large event, so we're making sure that everything works. So What Works webinar is our next upcoming event. That's on June 8th. It'll be at 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. So stay tuned for that.
Sorry.
And then the following week, the following Wednesday, June 15th at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., we will be at Bamboo Bistro at Panorama City. We have our special guest, Diana Williams, guest speaker, for our June monthly networking. And the topic is what the Chamber can do for you. And we can do a lot. So check that out in our factjla.org website in the events calendar. Next up, we have our monthly UCC Government Affairs. That's going to be on Monday, June 15th, 12 noon via Zoom. This is open to all of our members. So make sure to read up on details on that to stay updated with government affairs. And then we'd also like to share Hollywood Under the Stars. It's going to be on Saturday, June 25th, 2022 at Paramount Pictures. That's at 6:30. And it's going to be a spectacular event to benefit St. Vincent Meals on Wheels. And then please save the date. This is a big save the date. This is our FACCGLA golf tournament and fundraiser. That's going to be on Sunday, September 25th. Yes, you're invited. And then more works. Mostly work. Now, in the works, we have our Breathe and Connect series. We're planning to do that every Sunday of every month, once a month on a Sunday. We also have, of course, our town hall. We have our Philippine Independence Month coming up next month. And we have a upcoming event also that we're coming up with Conjun. So, would you like to join our events committee? We want you. Contact me if you'd like to join the team, and thank you.
All right.
And now next we have our Vice President for Marketing and Membership, Celeste Bonner.
All right, thank you, Nico. How's everybody doing so far? The last break, so be patient. Yes, so while we're doing that, I was given the privilege to basically tell you the perks and benefits of being a Filipino American Chamber of Commerce member. So listeners are Ben, Rose, and all of you that are out there, we have so much to offer. If Liza could just please share in the chat box the ebook that we put together, just so you know how you have an overall view of what this chamber has to offer. And just to name a few, of course, Louis already have mentioned a lot of things that we've been collaborating with different organizations. Of course, we have so-called Filipinos here. We're very, very happy for the support. Thank you very much. And this is why the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce is doing this. It's because we want to be the voice of the business community. We want to be the one that lets everybody know the concerns and the things that are important to the Filipino American entrepreneur. And in this way, all together, we can be stronger and represent our community in a much louder voice. Okay. And another thing, being part of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce allows you to have access to different resources. As Louis presented a while ago, we have scholarships to offer for you for a professional certification programs in Google, no less than Google, through Coursera. So those things that are the things that you want to take advantage of. And so with all this, and this is just kind of like the tip of what we have to offer. We would like to ask you to join us, because as much as we have something to offer, I know you have a lot of things to offer too. So we need a lot of good people, good-hearted people who will join this chamber so that we can better serve the community. So thank you guys. Hope to see you soon. And for David Bates.
Nice. Okay. What? Can you go? Oh, there you go. Oof. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you again all for coming. This is such an incredible event and joining us tonight. I'd like to talk to you guys about our membership. So I cannot see it. I cannot see it.
Wait. Let me put it away. See, you have the code.
So if you all are looking to join from Green Chamber of Commerce, remember this Chamber of Commerce is your extended sales force. So we do have a special this month. An individual membership is usually $150. We're giving $50 off until the 31st. So if you know anybody that's looking to connect in the Filipino American community, anybody wants to join the Chamber of Commerce, please have them come my way and reach me. And we do have a corporate membership. Also, it's gonna be $250 instead of $300. Again, thank you so much, everybody. And now.
Thank you, David. Next slide, please. So before you go, we would like to definitely hear from you about this event. Please send us your feedback. We're going to send out an email link for you to answer the feedback survey. So we would really appreciate it if you guys can do it for us. That would help us in our future events, and we want you to enjoy our future events. I think this is a thank you. I will have Lois do the final thank you for this event.
Thank you, PG. I wanted to thank everyone. I know we went over time, so really, really appreciate your time in person and virtually. In person, have some food. So please, if you haven't eaten yet, please get a sandwich there. And hopefully, you know, if you have engaged with us before, become a member. We really need to grow our membership so we can all support each other. We need your blood. We need everyone to uplift our community. And I want to thank everyone, our board, very important people that I wanted to have a shout out tonight. Our virtual assistant who did our slides, Lizelle, my own Eva. I want to thank Nico, who's our official DJ, who put together all of this hybrid event. You guys have no idea how difficult it is to put together a hybrid event. It's like putting together two events. So thank you, Nico, our official DJ. Thank you for doing this for us. And you also did our flyer. Thank you, Celeste, for manning our sharing screen, David, for putting together our food for tonight, and then also our banner. He does our office setup. PG, thank you for hosting, and thank you for our board who attended here tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy, for helping with the registration. SP, our board, and then Gemma is there. Okay, perfect.
Commissioner Eric Elnar.
Oh, Commissioner Eric Elnar is also in the house. Thank you, Commissioner Eric. And then on who else? Oh, okay, hold on. Former President Annie is here, and our former board is here also. Andrew Woods, Vivian Lim, Attorney Linus Eve, who else? Connie, our former vice president. So thank you so much. Okay, thank you everyone. Good evening, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye, Facebook.
Bye.